It's Masters Week, and one thing that is synonymous with the golf tournament is the azaleas, but you don't have to travel to Augusta to see these beautiful plants. You can grow some in your yard with the help of some tips from Andrew Valk. Andrew, what do people need to know?
Yeah, so microclimates on azaleas are really a beneficial factor, and East Tennessee is definitely like northern Georgia. You can grow them. If you missed last week, just that quick little tidbit, the most of azalea care, how you get that success comes post-flowering. So how you get your blooms in a year starts the year previous. And with that, last week we talked about pruning. So after they flower, azalea sets their blooms up right after they flower. So step one is if you want to shape the azalea any, or just reduce it back, or just rejuvenate it some, you can go through and prune off some azaleas, especially after they flower.
I want a fuller one though.
Yeah, you want a fuller. So that's the main. If it gets a little leggy, some grow a little bit more bigger than others, but if it does get more leggy, if you want to prune them out, or dead and disease, get those out. Secondly, with fertilization, both pruning and fertilization, their biggest rejuvenation comes right after those two are done. So once they flower, they start to go. So as you get to the fertilization portion, azaleas like acidic fertilizers. So with that, I have on the table some options here, but azaleas like around a 5.0 soil pH, which is pretty acidic. You know, it's really one of the most acidic ones. So if you haven't done a pH test and want to do that, do it. They also really like filtered light. Morning sun and full sun, filtered indirect sun is key. But if you get the pH right, if you prune right, then I promise you in 2026 you will have better azaleas.
These seem high maintenance for me. These might be for you at home. I don't know about me, because you need to like do a lot of care to make them look this beautiful.
You can. I mean, if you just do a fertilizer, that's key. I mean, if you don't have to prune them, honestly, but if you just do a fertilization after, because you really come summertime.
Well, what about the base? Let's talk about the mulch. That's important too.
And with the main thing on that microclimate too, the mulch is really important, because as you plant, if you want to plant these guys, well-drained soil is really key. So as you get a soil conditioner mix and mix in your Tennessee clay, that's very important. But the main thing is hardwood mulch. I've had a lot of success, and that's what this is growing, where mulch with hardwood mulch, especially double ground hardwood mulch. The reason that is azaleas are very fibrous in their roots, and that means they're going to pull a lot more moisture up from the soil. Azaleas, they do not like summer drought. So if you get that root layer consistently moist, not the soil, the roots, that's where that double ground hardwood mulch really plays dividends if you use that as your top coat for your mulch layer on your azalea species.
And that's where we differentiate. I do love a summer drought, actually. All right, if anybody has any questions, you can head out to Evergreen of Johnson City, and they can help you a little bit with planting your azaleas. I'm going to have to stick to the easy stuff, but enjoy the beauty while you can. We'll be right back after the break.